My name is Sally. I'm 18 years old, and I have a little weird story to tell you. It all began back in high school. One day, me and my best friend Lena were walking through the school, and I spotted a new guy. He was tall, dark, and handsome, and as cliche as it is, I fell for him instantly. To be fair, all the girls at school quickly developed a crush on him. I was way too nervous to even talk to him, though, and never in a million years did I think I'd ever have a chance with him. Honestly, he was the sweetest guy ever. Once I saw him helping this girl who was in a wheelchair, and my heart just melted. One night I was on Facebook, and suddenly his account popped up. His name was Jonah. I stalked all his photos like crazy, but I still didn't have the courage to message him. Then I came up with an idea. I called Lena and begged her to speak to him for me and find out more info about him. That night, she had a long convo with him and gave me her password so I could log in and read it. It seriously just made me love him more. The next day at school, I could tell he recognized Lena from the way he was looking at her, but still, we didn't say anything to him. And then I decided it was my turn, and here's where I made the biggest mistake of my life that I'll probably regret forever. I made a fake account with a fake name and everything, and then I started chatting to him. I just wanted to come across as easygoing and confident so that he would like me. But I didn't really think it through. I could tell that he liked me. Our conversation was flowing. Suddenly, though, he asked me for some photos, and I panicked. I couldn't do that. I told him I'd send some soon, and then I quickly added that I went to another school. It was crazy. Every day I'd see him at school, and he had no idea who I was. Then every night, we'd chat until super late, and we became so close. Even though I'd made a fake account, it was the real me he was talking to. I was being myself. I know that doesn't make it any better. I know what I did was bad. This went on for months, and I felt ready to confess my love to him. Just before I did, he told me how much he liked me, even though we'd never met in real life. I can't explain how many butterflies were dancing around in my stomach when he said that. I was so happy. But it didn't last long. The next day we were chatting. He was acting just like a normal friend again. So I did the same, even though I so badly wanted to tell him I loved him. I really wanted to spill my feelings, and then finally I got the chance. Our school was organizing a talent show, and seeing as I'm a musician, I decided I'd write a song proclaiming my love for Jonah. I practiced for weeks, and then the day arrived. I was so nervous standing up there on stage, and then the worst thing ever happened. Jonah wasn't even there. I searched the whole audience, but he hadn't even come along. I was gutted. All of that practice for nothing. I don't know why I expected him to be there. It's not like he even knew who I really was. One night, not long after that, I gave him my phone number. Then he started calling me every day. And guess what? He told me he loved me. I called Lena straight after to tell her. And then she told me something that shattered my heart into a million pieces. I coincidentally found out that he has a girlfriend, she said. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I was furious. I called him and asked him how he could do this, and he kept apologizing, saying it wasn't serious and that she meant nothing to him. I knew he was lying, and I was right. The worst part was that he'd come to me for advice about his relationship. What about me? Was I just some friend to him? I was so hurt, but I didn't tell him. I just kept quiet. I didn't want to lose him as a friend. He must have known he'd hurt me, though, because one day he tried to go to my fake school to apologize to me. He asked the school receptionist if he could speak to me, and she told him that there was no one there with that name. So then he texted me saying that I lied to him. After that, we didn't talk for 2 months. I was devastated. Why had I lied to him? And then, out of the blue, he messaged me saying hi. So we started chatting again as friends. Then he told me he broke up with his girlfriend, and he knew I'd lied about my school, but he didn't care. He said speaking to me is all that matters to him. But suddenly, he moved schools, and I was so sad I couldn't see him anymore. At least I could still speak to him on Facebook, though. We kept talking, and about a year later, he said it was time he saw my photos. And he was right. I couldn't refuse any longer. It wasn't fair. So, I sent some. I don't know if he recognized me, as it had been so long since he saw me the last time at my school. Maybe he really didn't remember me. After 2 days, he told me he loved me, and it was truly the happiest day of my life. I wanted to meet him in real life now and show him who I really was, but we got into a big argument one day and we lost touch. I don't know what to do. I feel so guilty for lying. But I'm also mad that he won't just meet me when I have enough confidence to make eye contact with him and confess everything. It's quite funny and weird that we've been in an online relationship for over a year, and this whole time he doesn't know that I'm the girl he saw around school. It's been 3 months now, and I haven't heard from him. I miss him so much and still wait for his call. Do you think I should let it go? Or should I contact him and try to meet up with him and confess everything? Or do you think he already knows who I really am and is just pretending he doesn't?